Y'all, welcome back to another video. And I want to say, every year or two, you always hear about a big scam going on. Am I wrong or am I right? Like every year, you hear about a big scam that goes on for probably a year or two, at most. Like this big scam going on, these people raking in a lot of money. You ever heard of that? This situation, these people ran a parking lot scheme at the White Sox Stadium. The channel, CBS Chicago Channel 2 News covered it a year ago, and the White Sox invited them back to do a whole investigation piece on these people that's doing this parking lot scam. So we gonna watch a few videos. I was like, I gotta talk about this. I can't watch this full video. So let's get into the rest of this video I was watching.
Let your curls sing with Carol's Daughter Black Vanilla.
Not even the different teams of officers patrolling the areas, like here outside Guaranteed Rate Field, would stop them.
These guys have been out here selling stickers all day long.
Your story kind of related our exact situation.
Jim Cesare says our CBS 2 investigation last October hit a nerve, especially because the scammers only stopped back then because CBS 2 confronted them.
No. You're selling illegal you're selling stickers, man. You're selling stickers. I ain't selling.
It was.
All right, that's why when I go out, if I don't buy my ticket from StubHub, I'm not ever about to buy a parking lot. Like somebody, hey, come in here. Never that. I've never done that. If it's not a parking garage or something I ain't paid on my app where I just go to the thing and press my buttons, I'm never, hey, come in here. No. That's where you mess up at. Like, it's so many ways to pay for parking without doing the old-fashioned way. So that's where people messing up at. Hey, park right here, just $10. You know, trying to save a couple bucks.
Very disturbing at the time for, again, the ease with which they got the $30 out of us.
Cesare says he was scammed when he took his wife to a Sox game for her birthday in July. But while these sports fans got ripped off thinking they'd bought permits for city street parking, Cesare was targeted while driving to an official White Sox parking lot.
You're a Cubs fan who found himself at a Sox game.
Right, and my wife is a diehard Sox fan.
He says it all happened here at the corner of Pershing and Princeton on the south side of the stadium. That's when he says several men wearing bright color vests like this approached his car and other cars and told them they had to pay cash in order to park in one of the official White Sox parking lots on the other side of the street.
One of the three actually stood in front of our car
I
and blocked us,
been there
although
before, I swear.
My focus was on the guy collecting the money. The guy had a big wad of tens.
And he's like, hey, waving you in, right?
Exactly. Waving us in aggressively.
The CBS 2 investigators have gone undercover multiple times over the years, showing this scam happening at different sports venues.
So that's going to let me park there?
Yep.
Like here at the United Center in 2019.
This okay right here?
Yeah. Good, buddy.
Not going to get ticket or anything?
None of that.
Bulls and Blackhawks fans, along with Sox fans like Dina Mora, first get conned, then slapped with parking tickets by the city, while the scammers go free.
Everyone got their ticket on their dashboard.
From the police.
And the White Sox didn't show any concern, and Chicago police didn't show a lot of concern either.
We have a guest relations department here that will deal with those folks. That's, again, disappointing to hear.
Scott Reifert is the Chicago White.
That's crazy. This story hit home because I done been to both of these locations in a matter of this time, and I've seen some people out there just like that. But the thing is, like I said, I know better. Especially, you got to move different when you're in the city. You know, don't even look at nobody in the eye if you don't know that person. Or the minute you look at them, you just gave them the, in other people's mind, you look at them, they think that's the right way they can speak to you. That's how other people think. Some people think like that. So, but you got to move different when you in the city, when you going to the Sox games, when you going to the United Center. Get in, get out. don't support nobody shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's for $1, they gonna give it for you. You know, so just by you pulling out your money, they can easily snatch your wallet. So when you at these sporting events, you got to get in and get out, man. Enjoy your time, cheer for your team, and get out.
White Sox Vice President of Communications.
Have there been other people that have been scammed in this way?
Yeah, yes.
What was your reaction?
And that's why a lot of these sporting events doing cash only. I mean, cashless.
These guys selling these spots that they had no right to sell.
I think frustration, right? I mean, we care a lot about our fans and our customers, and from the moment they leave their front door to the moment they get to the ballpark.
What did you feel when you learned they had this like official White Sox parking sign?
Disappointed, amazed, but then not amazed at the extent some people will go to basically scam someone.
Reifert says the White Sox can only control what happens on their property, but they do plan on removing all signs like these saying they accept cash to park. Only credit cards will be accepted starting with the home opener in April, and hopefully that will help deter scammers trying to get cash from fans outside Sox-owned lots. And then there's still this.
They're charging $40.
When we asked police right in front of the scammers selling spots on the street if they plan to do anything, they just rolled up their windows and drove away.
Just watch my cameraman's foot. What would you like to see happen?
Well, I'd like to see them at least admit that there's a problem around their park, and they take some ownership of the fact that there's scam artists that are allowed to continue to rob people.
It seems like if a little police work was done, maybe they could shut these guys down.
Yeah, I mean, that is a question for the police department. At some point, the White Sox can control our footprint, and after that, it's really a city of Chicago and traffic management concern.
And they just keep doing it because nobody stops them.
I think that's the case. I really do.
We first exposed the scammers last fall, and police still have yet to say whether they've made any arrests. The sheriff's department says they grabbed a bunch of these passes and gave them to a parking code enforcement officer. Now, the White...
Yeah, because it's definitely a lot that goes on at these events, man. Like, you can't really keep track of anybody unless they scream and holler or something like that, you know? So, like, it's just very hard, and just people got to be more mindful. Can't be sitting there stopping and trying to wave.
I love using the 24 to 50 millimeter zoom.
So gotta get to where you're going and get on, man.
Hello, I'm Brad Edwards. Thank you for streaming with us here on CBS News Chicago. Check out these con men racing around the Dan Ryan on scooters, hitting up drivers heading to a White Sox game. They're pretending to be parking attendants. A real cash grab.
That's the most recent
Drivers
video.
who refuse to pay face the wrath of these scammers.
I'm Taylor, and they're on 35th. They're east of the expressway.
There they are.
You are watching a modern-day version of highway robbery.
The money.
An organized team of thieves on motorized scooters swindling travelers in the
And
middle of rush hour
hectic
on the
as
Dan
I don't
Ryan.
know what trying to get to that Sox game to get over on that 35th, man. It is so hectic. I remember one time I had to get off on fucking 75th or something like that. Like literally go all the way around, like drive all the way around just to get to the stadium. So them Sox games be hectic. Like I know at the Cubs game it ain't no parking, but them Sox games be hectic because it's only one entrance, especially where I'm coming from. So
Ryan Expressway.
We didn't see any like police nearby, so that made us even more nervous.
We caught them demanding $40 in cash in order to pass.
They don't let you turn right unless you pay them the money.
It's kind of an extortion in a way.
Ryan Cawley and his wife
right,
Jackie
because everybody's sitting
White
at a
Sox
turn
game
in,
when they
and
were
it's
surrounded.
just ain't
I
nothing
just
but
remember
time.
he went around to my side of the vehicle, and he was swearing at Ryan because Ryan had said no. And then at that point, he started swearing really loudly and then started kicking the car.
The scammers
scared
pretended to
Jackie.
be official White Sox parking attendants.
They had the yellow vests on, and they had a fistful of cash, which gives them, the appearance that they're actually legit.
And they're on phones.
We were a little bit late, so it was like, the game's already started. The game's already started. Here, give me $40 cash. There's no spots left. If you want to get a spot, you got to give me the money now. And I said, well, I don't have $40 in cash. And I thought, the sign says credit debit. I have my credit card. He He's like, no, man, that's not how it works. You need $40 cash. This is the last spot left. This is it. This is it.
And when you told them, no, I'm not going to pay it, they got aggressive.
Yeah, and I think that was around the time when he went around to the back and just started kicking us to get out.
And we've heard from other fans who have had their cars blocked, kicked, or punched. One woman reported to a traffic aide she was spit on when she refused to pay.
We hear from a lot of people who are mad about it.
Scott Reifert is the Chicago White Sox Vice President of Communications.
They're going the wrong way down the ramps and down the Dan Ryan.
Yeah.
He says they requested
y'all as y'all come to my
for
car.
this season after
Don't
we
play with
exposed
me.
another team of bogus parking attendants ripping off drivers last year.
White Sox parking, right? White Sox parking. No.
Selling parking tickets they had no right to sell on streets around the ballpark, even using an official White Sox parking sign to lure in fans who often end up getting parking tickets.
These guys have been out here selling stickers all day long.
Back then, police just stood by while it all happened, and the con men didn't stop until we confronted them.
You're selling stickers?
I ain't selling.
Then this new team of scammers on scooters started operating this season, and the White Sox asked us to come back to catch and stop them too.
Now they're actually out on the highway.
Yeah. Well, I think they're getting desperate, probably. They're getting, you knocked them out of one area and another, and now they're coming all the way down. And that's a risky move, too. I mean, that could be dangerous.
The CBS 2 investigators found them in August, jamming up the highway between the 31st and 35th Street ramps.
Did they say $40? You said no, right?
Fans in this pickup truck shouted for police on foot patrol.
And then to a person that don't even know, you ain't even nowhere near the stadium where they at right now. Like, so they can really do that. So if you don't know where you at, you $40, you thinking that's a steal or something like that. Okay, you gonna give them $40 and then you just gave somebody $40 and potentially gonna have a ticket. So when you going out to these events, y'all gotta be more mindful. I'm gonna keep saying that this whole video, because that's all it is. You can't be.
Here's
If
what
it
we
ain't
know about the
licensed by the
operation. Before
ballpark,
each
you
game,
shouldn't
the
be buying.
scammers assemble in a parking lot inside the Wentworth Gardens neighborhood. This man in the black hoodie appeared to be the leader, shouting out commands. The scooter crew operates freely, easily ripping off people.
The guy on the ramp. Well, he just took off.
It's one of them.
Using lookouts to evade police.
There's 3 of them on scooters.
But there is something these con men could not escape.
A drone. They put the drone on their ass. Hell no.
The CBS 2 investigators' drone in the sky and our cameras on the ground. We managed to get close-up videos of their faces. It's estimated they're making thousands of dollars a game.
What's your reaction when you see that video, the drone video, the video of them on the ramps, on the actual Dan Ryan?
Amazingly brazen, right? I mean, but these are scammers. They're just trying to take your money. They're trying to bully you, get you to stop and roll down a window and take your money.
They can be hard to catch. Watch as a state trooper cuts them off, and they take off the other way down the Dan Ryan.
Now they're using scooters.
It makes it much more complicated. They move. It's whack-a-mole.
White Sox officials say the scammers are also suspected of creating diversions. In one case, a 911 call was made claiming an off-duty officer was down, shot, here by the metro station, a few blocks east of the ballpark, to draw police away so they could freely continue to run their scam.
It was more of a shakedown than a scam.
It's more of a, I'm blocking your way.
The scammers don't just work the highway. The callies say they were stopped as they tried to turn by this church right before the official entrance to a Sox parking lot.
We got to make it as difficult as we can for them and as challenging, and we got to make the punishment be there.
The White Sox even put up "Say No to Scammer" signs to try and warn fans only debit and credit cards are accepted in their lots, never cash. But look at the scammers operating their cash grab right in front of those signs. It wasn't until they spotted our drone that they finally scattered.
I felt afraid, and I didn't want anything to happen to our son.
She was especially worried about their little boy Jack. It was supposed to be his first baseball game. The 2-year-old was in the back seat as they kicked and banged the car.
Well, I know he saw that there was a child.
Jack!
So.
Were you feeling?
No, they gonna do something. They scared little Jackie.
Yeah, I'm still kind of afraid to go back. I don't think we will.
Joining us now on the stream to talk about these scooting
This is why we're
scammers,
Cubs
CBS 2
fans.
investigator Dave Savini. Dave, you've been exposing parking scams like these around local stadiums for years now. It seems like every time you catch one ring, another pops up.
That's exactly right, Brad. We have been exposing these scammers around multiple stadiums in Chicago, the United Center and now Guaranteed Rate Field. And what happens normally is the scammers sell fraudulent parking passes or parking stickers that are illegal to resell. And they sell them to fans who are unsuspecting that this is happening because they wear the reflective vests, they act like they're official, they have the flashlight sometimes at night, and they give you something to put in your windshield, either on the dashboard or on the windshield itself, and it says, you know, you have the right to park here for this game, which is usually fraudulent. These are bogus, totally bogus passes, and that's the kind of scam we've exposed in the past. Last year, outside of the White Sox games, they were selling stickers and fraudulent passes as well, and putting people on side streets that they had no right. These were spots they had no right to sell. We went in undercover.
I know we all want to go out and have a good time, enjoy ourselves, potentially save a few dollars, you know what I'm saying? But if you always looking to save a buck, maybe you shouldn't be going out. Maybe you don't have it like that, you know, to be going out in the first place. You know, so you got to think about those things before you even step out, trying to, jump towards the quickest thing that's cheapest or something like that. That's what I feel like these situations are. Like, people see the line backed up, like they getting these dummies on the expressway. Like, you ain't nowhere near the stadium, like I said. So you gotta just come out correct, you know. Stop looking for the quickest option. Always the quickest, just, I'm gonna go right here. He said it's right here, so I'm gonna go here. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, as you see these people taking your bread, and you probably gonna miss the game now because you don't have a parking spot and you out of $40 that you could have probably had on beer, you know what I'm saying, or more food, and you just gonna have your whole day wrong. So I recommend highly that you find a parking app. For me, when I'm in the city or I need some parking spots, I use ParkWiz. That's no promotion or nothing like that. I'm not sponsoring them, but yeah, ParkWiz. Prepaid your spot, put your license plate number in there, give you options all over the city. Another option, StubHub. StubHub will give you their official ballpark parking lot. You know, it may be a little bit more because of that, you know, because of the tax and shit like that, but you know you're not getting scammed, and you know you have a spot when you going through the official website where you bought your ticket at, man. So my message to everybody, be more mindful. Do not give your money to these parking spot people. The old-fashioned days where you can get a $10 parking spot, that's not going to happen no more. So make sure you come out correct when you want to have fun, and you would avoid situations like this. Let me know what y'all think about in the comments. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, like, comment,